Now here's Sunday's regional news and sport on UTV Live. It's approaching 16 minutes past 6.
Good evening and welcome to UTV Live. The family of a North Belfast teenager who was left in a coma after being knocked down in Spain fear they will never get him home. The insurance company is refusing to pay for Jay Hamill's medical travel. An air ambulance costs £19,000, money the family say they don't have. His brother Ryan, who witnessed the accident, is determined to raise the funds, as Sarah Moore reports.
Stranded in Spain and desperate to get home, 16-year-old Jay Hamill was left in a coma after being knocked down only hours after arriving in Salou for a family holiday over a week ago.
It was the scariest thing in life. I'm still having flashbacks of it every time I try and go to sleep and stuff. It still doesn't seem like it was real, and for a while seeing him on the ground I actually thought he was dead, so I did.
How worried were you then, really, that he wasn't going to pull through?
Yeah, that's all I was thinking the whole night. I was thinking, like, what if he was a die and stuff, or else something really bad happened to him, because he's my wee brother. It's just the same as like my son. I have the same feeling as I do for my 5-year-old son, for my wee brother.
The teenager suffered serious injuries, including a broken leg in 2 places and a fractured hip and pelvis. Jay is now out of intensive care, and Spanish doctors say he will make a full recovery, but he can't get home.
I've been staring at the ceiling for 9 days, and I don't understand anything the doctors are saying. I just need home to be with my brother and nephew.
His insurance company is refusing to cover his medical travel because he is underage and had an alcoholic drink. Jay's parents have remained by his bedside in hospital.
If he's not home soon, they're going to obviously have to come home and stuff, and leave him there by himself, a 16-year-old by himself in Spain.
An air ambulance is on standby to bring Jay home, but that costs £19,000, money the family don't have. The local community has started to help try and raise the funds, but time is running out.
It means that I could visit him every day and stuff, having my best friend back here. My son didn't get to see him at all last week, so he didn't, because he was too young to get into the room. The Spanish nurses didn't let him in. So it'd be good for him to see him, and obviously his friends to see him, because his friends are really worried.
It was meant to be a holiday to remember, but it is one the Hamill family will want to forget, with home never having felt so far away. Sarah Moore, UTV Live.
Commemorations have been taking place to mark the 102nd anniversary of the Battle of the Somme. The Union flag was brought to half-mast at Belfast City Hall, and the last post sounded at the Cenotaph in the Garden of Remembrance before the laying of wreaths. The Deputy Secretary of State was at the commemorative service, while Karen Bradley represented the government in France. Police are investigating a spate of burglaries in Londonderry early this morning. A man in his 40s was left injured after being assaulted by 2 men who entered his house at Bellochry Road before making off with his car. A short time later, another car was stolen in the Rockfield area, which was later found abandoned in the Lenamore Road. Money and prescription medication were also stolen from a house in Drumlake Drive. Well, Michael Conlon has hailed his win in Belfast last night as an unbelievable experience. The 26-year-old remains undefeated as a professional, having picked up a string of victories in the US before returning to Belfast for his big homecoming.
I'm happy enough, it was an okay performance, but the atmosphere and the event itself was unbelievable. I still have a lot to work on, but I was happy enough. I worked on things which I was working on in training. My first real fight, let's be honest, former world title challenger, and a very experienced guy who could punch. And I had to be careful there. I took some shots, but I was able to weather anything he had and outsmart him, so I was happy.
Congratulations to Michael Conlon. Now, summer continues. July is off to a great start, but is the sun here to stay? Munir Abdallah has the latest forecast.
What's the weather forecast?
Very nice.
Oh.
P&O Ferries sponsors UTV Weather.
Well,
the warm and dry weather is staying with us for at least a few more days. There will be more warm sunshine this evening in the east. It will be cloudier in the west, but the cloud will tend to break up overnight. So after dawn, the sun will emerge everywhere. Tomorrow will be warm and sunny again. There will be less cloud in western parts than there was today, so temperatures will rise to the mid-20s. Warm sunshine will continue for the next few days, and there is no sign of any significant rainfall in the forecast. The pollen is next.
What's the weather forecast?
Very nice. P&O Ferries sponsors UTV weather.
Live vividly this summer with the UTV pollen count. Sponsored by Pyrenees Hay Fever Relief Nasal Spray.
Northern Ireland's grasses are still pouring out pollen at the moment, and it's hanging around in the air because there's no rain to clear it away. Bad news for any hay fever sufferers.
And that's the way it is in Northern Ireland this Sunday evening. Our first bulletin from our new home at City Quays 2. The next bulletin from UTV will be just after 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. From all of us in the newsroom for now, thank you for watching. Have a good evening and enjoy the rest of your weekend.